coaching, right?
Yeah.
You're not only like coaching like more or less like the body, like you're not only making them like lift weights and stuff. You say like it's also mind and you call it holistic coaching, which I really like.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of that term before? Like,
I mean, I'm from marketing. We do like holistic marketing.
what is holistic marketing?
Holistic 360-degree digital marketing strategies are the buzz.
Okay. Maybe you can tell me more about that later.
No, because the buzzwords are enough. I mean, holistic just means like an approach like where you do everything that impacts the final outcome, more or less, right? So you want to be happy, so you have to have like a holistic approach. That's what I'm thinking about now when you said it. I'm thinking so you not only focus on like your physical fitness, but also on your mental fitness, right? Because it both comes together. Is it correct?
Do you want me to talk about that?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm gonna ask you these. Do you know what's the difference between a coach and a trainer?
Feeling like on the spot right now, put on the spot. Between a coach and a trainer.
From what you think, what you know.
I would always think that coach is more than a trainer. Like from my experience, like when I was playing pro sports and stuff, I think the coach is like the one that has like the overall goal in mind, and the trainer is the one who focuses on like specific things. Like he will train me how I do thing A, thing B, thing C, but the coach is the one who makes like the overall strategy. That's what I would think.
That's correct. You know, so so basically a trainer would just kind of like, you know, like you go to the gym, they're telling you what to do. You know, like you go from A to B, you have to move your body, this and that. Whereas the coach is not just the body. You know, the coach like can see through you, like if you have potential, or you know. So that's the difference. Yeah.
I have to say, like actually, like when I had like for the first time I had like a real coach before. I think when I was teenager I had like trainers who would do us stuff like, and then we got better at it, but they wouldn't look at like the whole overall like picture. Then when I had my first like real pro sports coach, he would kick our ass during training, but then afterwards he would also like meditation with us and stuff like this, so that we're like calming down and that you're focused, that your mind is focused. Like, oh, that's different now. So I get what you're saying there.
Yeah.
So how do you do that though?
Oh, okay. So a holistic coaching for mind, body, and spirit.
Right.
Okay. I'm not talking anything religion. Okay. When I say no, because like when I'm starting to say meditation and spirit, people think, oh, are you talking about religion stuff? No, not really.
Okay.
Because you know, like I believe you
took away all my jokes now. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, because I believe that to have you know, like a strong body or like a transformation, it has to come from inside.
Okay.
Like inside out.
Okay.
That's why when I coach, you know, like my girls, I tell them to, you know, like meditate, journaling, start from inside first. You know, working on the spirit, the mind, and then once the inside is, you know, like the mindset is right, then we can start looking for the physical stuff outside your body.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you figure out what they need to change, like inside? Like I think because when you look at the bodies, I think you can say, okay, they have like bad form, like they sit like this, or you figure out like they're a bit overweight, so you figure out like what to change. But how do you figure out like what to change like inside?
Okay. So for example, let's say if you come to me, let's say, okay, Miss Sasha, come to me.
That's what everyone thinks anyways. When they read my name, they're like, hey, there must be a girl. So yeah, no problem. I can. It's all right.
Okay. So like you come to me, oh, you know, like sorry, I want to build muscle. I want to, you know, look more confident and something like that. Then I would just ask you why you want to build muscle, why you want to, you know, and some people may just say, oh, because I want to look good.
Yeah.
But I would just kind of dig deeper than that, like why exactly?
I want to be an Instagram model.
Yeah. Then I want to be like, you know, like ask them like why do they want these?
Okay.
So some people might say that, you know, because like they just don't feel confident anymore. You know, like when they look at themselves on the mirror, they just feel bad about themselves.
Okay.
They don't even want to go out and socialize anymore. It's just kind of like a bit, you know, like inside.
Okay.
So that's how we start. So once we know that, then it's easier now because it's just not just the outside, you know. So we have to work the inside job first, and then
Okay, the inside job. Okay. But there, like, because I mean, I do understand what you're saying, but like when I think about like also like, because I mean, I work with people too, right? So I think like figuring out what people need or what they and what they can do is very difficult. And then, I mean, there's not like one formula that you can use for everybody because everyone is different.
No, exactly.
And I simply assume that like people who are like more outgoing, it's easier to tell them, hey, you should do this, and they're like, yeah, okay, I try. But how do you get like people who are like more introverted? How do you get them like out of their shell and like to open up, for example? Because if you would ask me like, because I'm usually very introverted, except on podcasts, but usually I'm very introverted. And when people ask me, hey, what's the deal? I'm like, not gonna tell you.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, you know, like, we need to kind of like build rapport, you know, like for you to trust me. And what I like to ask is just like, you know, like asking about like their goals.
Okay.
Like, you know, like what are your short-term goals 3 months from now? What are your long-term goals like 5 years from now? Just to kind of see that person, you know, like what they look in their life, you know. So that's.
Can they answer that usually?
Yeah,
really?
like some people might not.
I feel bad now.
Oh my god!
I can answer that.
Really? Okay, we need to work together.
5 years from now,
I know,
being
just like
rich and famous, ruling the world. I don't know.
Believe it or not, some people they don't even know like 3 months from now like what do they want out of their life. You know, just like I don't know what my goal. But some people they give you like a full A4 page. You know, like 3 years from now, 5 years from now. So that's the thing, you know, like, and okay, sorry, I'm just kind of like jumping all over the place now. Like with setting goals, it's really important.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have goals in your life, if you don't have goals into losing weight or building muscle, what's the point? You're just gonna kind of like, you don't know why you have to wake up early and go to the gym for.
Okay, that's fair, yeah. Oh, you're making me think right now. Because the thing is, I'm like, when you said, like, oh, some people don't have a goal for like 3 months from now, I'm like, yeah, that's me. But then when now you said like, with the gym example, I mean, I do have goals for the gym, so I understand what you're saying. So my goal is like doing Muay Thai fights. Yeah. And so in order to not get punched in the face too much, I have to go to the gym to get fit.
Yeah, same thing in life. Yeah.
So I'm like, that's so deep right now. Same thing in life.
You're getting somewhere now.
If I start crying at some point in this podcast, oh my god. Okay. Yeah. So when you set goals, do you visualize them, or do you make your clients visualize them, or do you just verbalize it?
So let's say first of all, you know, like when you set goal, maybe you can start from 3 months from now.
Right.
Let's say 3 months from now, what do you want in your life? It doesn't have to be fitness, okay? Because I believe that to be whole, you need to kind of like, not just, fitness is just a part of it.
I agree.
Yeah, so maybe 3 months from now, you want to increase your income. Or maybe 3 months from now, you want to you know, like go to Japan for the first time. Okay. It could be anything. So then I can kind of like, I can see where you're going. Yeah. Okay. And then, it's really important, you need to write it down.
Okay, so it's visualizing like, or at least
because when you have it in your head, I mean, it's just a picture. It's not going to become real.
Easy to adjust, right? When in your head you're like, I'll start tomorrow. And
because you know, like, and I was like that before. You know, like I asked people, do you actually write down your goals? And they're like, no, I just have it in my head. It's like, how are you gonna, you know, execute those? It's just in your head. It's not even like tangible. You can't even touch it. But if you're starting to write it down, okay, so let's say, this is your goal. Right. Then you can kind of like break it down. Okay. You're gonna think of the strategies. The action, how to actually achieve those goals. Right. So,
that's exactly what I teach in my marketing classes. Should apply this to my own life too. Should not only talk about it. So many deep thoughts right now with you here. When you make them like write it down, or when you write down by yourself, do you hold them accountable for that later on? You say, hey, 3 months ago you wrote down those goals, and now look at where you are right now. And then,
just kind of, you know, because of, you know, like that, the reason of writing goals, because you want to see, let's say, maybe after a month, we kind of, you know, visit that goal and see if you can achieve any of that. If not, then we have to look, okay, what are you missing here? What we need to change for you to be able to, you know, achieve those goals? Because that's why we're writing goals for, so that we can, you know, like measurable and...
Right. If any of my students is listening to this, that's basically KPIs for life right now. So because in marketing also you look at like what do you do, what do you achieve, and then what do you have to change. Do you do like, what's it called? Vision boards and things like this? Do you do
that? My god. Yeah.
Why you say, oh my god?
No, I'm just feeling like I'm a bit weird. No,
I mean, lots of people do that, so that's and I think that's a good way to visualize.
Maybe some people don't even know what is a vision board, right?
Yeah, well, how would you? I mean, for me, go
ahead. So basically, you can get, you know, like a big board. And this is for my vision board. Okay, so you can call your roadmap or whatever. Yeah. So basically, I stick whatever that I want in my life. Either, you know, like places I want to go, or, you know, like the body that I want, or, you know, that pieces. And you're just kind of looking at that every day. And believe it or not, I would say like 80% of that I achieved. From that vision board that I,
Okay, so here we go. No, she's gonna hate me. So I had a discussion with like a friend the other day about like the law of attraction. If you know that.
Of course.
Of course. So first of all, I don't believe in The Secret, the book The Secret. I don't believe in that at all.
Yeah.
I understand how this law of attraction, the idea of visualizing your dreams, makes you take action in order to achieve those dreams. So I do understand that. I think it works. I don't think that just because you think it all the time and because you visualize it, that the universe will give something to you. So I don't think that. I agree that if you think about it, you visualize it, you take the appropriate actions because you want it. Now my question, however, is like when you have this vision board, right? I mean, you put like, what do you put on your vision board? Goals that actually are achievable, or, I mean, I want to go to space, for example.
I don't put the space stuff there because it's, I would say, you know, okay, how do I put this? It's like, I would encourage everyone to just kind of, you know, like if you have a dream big or something.
If you can dream it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Walt Disney. Sorry, cliche.
So what I put on the board, it is something that, let's say there's the body. It's kind of like, you know, like a nice chip, like I have to work for it. So so make sure whatever you put there, you have the action plan for it. You know, just you know, go back to what you said before. I mean, you can visualize, you know, like until you turn blue, but like if you're not doing anything toward that, it's just a thought, you know. So basically you have to, you visualize and then you take action.
Right. So, but then also those goals that you have, they must be somehow achievable. Because if you put on like goals that aren't really achievable, aren't you then just kind of like fooling yourself because you're like, I wanna go to space, stupid example, I wanna go to space, and but you can't. Or if you're aiming for going to space, maybe you achieve something else.
Okay.
Okay, really deep right now.
No, I like it. Well, let's say that's probably your highest goal, going to the space. For example, you dream so high. Maybe you can't go to that space. Maybe you might go to, I don't know, below than the space. But you know what I mean? Like if you aim high and if you can't really reach there, worst case scenario, you might just kind of like fall down a bit, but you're still high up there, if you know what I mean.
Okay, no, I was talking about literally about space. You're taking it as a metaphor, so I understand what you're saying. But yeah, that also does make sense. And I'm not sure if you know that.
Yeah.
The book, one of my favorite books ever, it's actually up there. It's from Randy Pausch. It's called Last Lecture.
Okay.
Randy Pausch was like a professor at Carnegie Mellon, and he was diagnosed with like cancer, and so he would die, and he's like, what am I going to do? Like, what do I have? 3 children and a wife. He's like, what am I going to do? What will I leave my family? If a painter would know he would die, he would paint one last picture. If a musician would know he died, he would record one last song. Okay, I'm a professor. I'm going to give one last lecture. So he gave a last lecture with a big auditorium, and he talked about how to achieve your childhood dreams. And he wanted to become an astronaut. So that's what I'm saying. But he couldn't because he couldn't see. I mean, he had glasses. You can have glasses when you want to go to space and you want to be an astronaut. So he's like, okay, what is the next best thing that I can do? And the next best thing is like that NASA in America offers like those flights where they train astronauts. So the plane goes up and down like this. And then while it goes up and down, you have like free fall for like 10 seconds. And that's almost like in space. So he's like, okay, then I'm going to do that. And then he worked towards that goal and figured out like, how can I get into that program with my students? And then like, it's a long story, but then eventually he made it in there. And he's like, see, you can aim for like high stuff, but you can't achieve it. But then you just figure out, okay, what's the next best thing? This, okay, cool. And so that's just an anecdote right now, but I just like it, and I tell it to my students all the time because I like it. And the second thing is what he also said, and what I also like is he said, even if you try to achieve like some high goals, sometimes you fail because that's life. But then from failing, you learn, and then you can build on that.
Yeah, I like that.
It's like, okay, nice.
Yeah.
When did you fail and then build on something? When your clients fail and then maybe just after they fail, they're like, okay, now I'm really gonna try or something like this.
You mean like my failing or my clients failing?
Either. Well, I mean, whatever you're more comfortable sharing.
All right. Okay. So let's say, can we just kind of You know anything about mindset, right? The fixed and growth mindset. Have you ever heard of that?
Let's hear from you.
Okay, so but I will go back to what you asked me
sure.
to spoke to kind of like this is related. So basically, the fixed mindset is, you know, like you kind of like you judge yourself from the end result.
Okay.
Let's say if you're not success on weight loss, you're a failure.
Okay.
People gonna look that you're stupid. It's a shame. That is a fixed mindset.
Okay.
There's no way you can develop from that because
Right.
you have that fixed.
Right.
And then there's a growth mindset, which is the opposite of that. So the growth mindset is about learning.
Okay.
It's about developed mindset. So if you have this growth mindset, there's no failing. It's about learning.
Okay.
So you know, to go back to what you said, I would just tell my client that you're not really failing.
Yeah.
You're learning. Yeah. Even if you're not being success, you know, like you can take everything in this world, whatever you do in your life, as a learning. Yeah. So you learn from your mistake, and that's how you grow, or something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. So of course, I mean the growth mindset, and you grow from whatever you do. Yeah. Be it success, be it failures, and then you grow and build up on that. Okay. Okay. And then can you give us an example?
An example.
Well, when it either happened to you or to a client, they say, okay, now they failed here, but then they build up on that and they actually grew as a person or as a fitness person. I don't know.
Well, okay. For example, like my client.
Yeah.
If they, let's say, they're not really, you know, like lose weight to where they, you know, like let's say from, I don't know, 55, they want to go down to 50.
Okay.
But they just, you know, like maybe 52, 53. But like they work hard.
Okay.
You know, like they work hard, they do everything that I say, but somehow they still can't, you know, hit that number that, you know, they want. I would just tell them that, you know, like this result is not going to happen overnight. So it's kind of like if you're going to fail, it means like you fail forward and you learn from it. Right. But I don't want you to just stop here and kind of, you know, like think that this is, like you're still learning. So what can you do better? Like what are you missing here? Maybe you need to look at how you cook your food or something like that. So you just, you know, like tell them that this is not like you're not failing yet until you stop. Right. You just, you know, like keep going and keep learning.
Okay. Yeah. Fair. I like that because like lots of people look at like just like yes or no.
Exactly, and then they feel bad, and you know, like this, oh my god, I did, you know, like it's a shame, or people think that I'm stupid or something like that. I don't want you to look like that.
Yeah. You always have to look at also like where you came from, and then like where you're going and where you're right now. And then,
exactly.
I like this. Okay, that's the fix in the growth mindset.